It's locked, all right. Good evening, sir.
I've already...
That's quite...
You can call...
I'm not...
Well,
You have...
No need...
I have some good news, Milton.
What?
I retreat...
Well, yeah.
Not at...
Good. Please, take this money anyway.
I'd like to see your...
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that academy.
We must prove what we are capable of. It is now or never.
Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reed, still working at...
And why is that?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive to me.
I have found the gift from your wife.
In that case, you'll be properly rewarded, Doc. Clay Cox is a man of his word.
I hope that won't make me an accomplice to your future crimes.
Who knows what I might do now I feel invincible again.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in the hospital?
Blackmail? That's not my style. Too risky. The black market, though. Now that's where the money...
You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take better care of yourself.
This place is full of sickness and decay. How could I get better in such a dump?
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating all of my patients equally. But don't push your luck.
Don't play the innocent with me. I'm sure you have good reasons to act this way. And also weaknesses that can be exploited.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox. Good evening.
Good evening.
When I get back...
Pepper.
Yes?
I have... Is he...
Hey.
Goodbye.
flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Pardon my boldness, Your Ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
What are your expectations?
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss. aren't you the blunt one?
Excuse my impertinence, your ladyship. This is not an interrogation. I assure you that this line of questioning is in your best interest.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true.
Do we
Actually, yeah.
Dr.
He was also...
What is the...
This...
It's more than...
Don't be...
What can you tell me?
Summer...
Tell me,
No,
you...
I'll...
Any...
I
No.
don't...
Have you heard...
I...
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Another night with the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
Damn. The pain. It's here again.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening.
Have you...
If you...
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
Simpletons, these nurses. Frankly, no respect.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious.
Thank you.
Liars and thieves, every last one of them.
How did you... What?
With...
I'm in pain.
You...
I'm...
Need my medication.
Do you...
Tom!
People...
No.
Who's...
No.
What is the...
Decency. All
Who-
liars and
Sin-
thieves.
Has the... What?
Simpletons, these
Are you a priest?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop?
That's a very...
How do you...
I feel it.
You're in good...
Thank you.
my blanket. Cold will be my death.
Goodbye, mister.
What? What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern.
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
If I didn't know...
God!
You seem...
That...
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. Miss Jones. Now,
Well,
have you...
it will...
Every... I'll come and visit you shortly. The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
The patients are not fools.
still
They
standing
know we
up
are
for the epidemic.
overwhelmed by this horrible...
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets. Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Did he...
Oh,
I...
you...
How are...
No,
Do you...
we are...
I'm not familiar.
It would...
Is... Why...
I...
No.
No.
Do you know...
The pe...
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here? Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Safer here than anywhere else in the East End.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Mr. God.
I'm okay.
Have you heard?
No,
Tell...
I don't...
I have to go now, sir.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Doctor.
Have you heard...
Dr. Reed.
Of course not.
Well, go be curious.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
My sweet girl.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
I'm sorry you ended up on my plate.
It's locked.
I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
It's locked, all right. It's locked. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good e-
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr.
Please show me what you...
Of course.
It's locked, all right.
Stop following me.
The patients are not fools. They know we are overwhelmed by this horrifying epidemic.
Disgust on every... I'm managing a train terminal.
Please, sir. I need help bad.
What?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate.
I'm Dr. Jonathan.
Oswald,
How long? Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. What can you tell me?
I'm Oswald.
This.
We will...
What can you?
It's not...
Where?
He went...
I have all the information I need for now.
Thank you.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals. Or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
he's locked the door behind him. I need to find another way to follow him. This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor. I have this thirst for blood.